here, and we are going to start an interesting evening which is going to talk about personal growth and spiritual growth. What is the difference? So, with that note and my apologies, I start Sip Sashiv, Shivoham, Aham Sip, and Eru, Sip Alak, Anand, Anil, and Ashwin, Sip Atmanan Revati, Atmanan Dasi, Bliss, Gigi, and Girishanand. Sip iPhone, Kamalji, Krishna, nothing else matters, Priya and Prakasha. Sip Rajanand, Rajkumar, Rekha, Renuka, Mini Air. Sip Rumataji, Sip Rutanu, Sip Sadanand, Sip Sagai, Sip Samatma, Sip Siba. Sip Siji, Jyoti, Manisha, Siva, Sip Soham, Mr. and Mrs. Sip Sukhi and Yogini. Welcome to the call. We are ready on to interesting conversation. I already have some participants, and so let us start without any delay. We have Sachiv, Shivam, Premchand, Samatma, Krishna. Come on, what's the difference between personal growth and spiritual growth?
Guruji.
Shivam.
When it comes to personal growth, my understanding is all about pleasure and achievements. We keep on running behind the achievements. And when it comes to spiritual growth, it is about enlightenment, liberation, and unification.
So, what is the difference?
In one path, you realize that you're not, when you're running just for some nonsense where you don't even have to get involved. You're a divine soul. Why you have to get involved into mind state and ego, and the body, unless in the case of first case you will, I mean, you don't realize that you're not a body, you're not a mind, you're not a enlightened ego. The second case, you know all this very clearly, and you remain in consciousness. You're clear about your goal, that your goal is to achieve enlightenment. In the first case, you are running just behind the bhugas, numbers, and money, greed, all that.
Good. So, you have given the base and understanding. So, let us get to the next. Thank you, Sachi, for
Which
starting with Shivoham. What do you think,
Yeah,
Shivoham?
I just want to
Yes. Yes. Continue, Sachiv. Sachiv.
Yeah, Shiva Guruji. I just
Yeah.
want to also add one more thing in the first thing is that in the personal growth, you are just running for something which will not get you anywhere actually. You have to realize this, that you come alone and you go alone and nothing will matter.
But the
Nothing
whole world,
matters
but the whole world is working on personal growth.
because we are trained like this, in our schools, we are trained like this, run behind the success. We are running unnecessary for nothing. We have to realize that the fact of the matter is all not is the
Okay.
fact.
I don't want
It's
to
all
spoil.
Maya.
I don't want to spoil by giving the answers. But personal growth can be in a lot more. Thank you for starting. So, Shivoham. Yes, sir. Shivoham, sir.
Sarji,
Tell me.
Sarji, personal is that we are living in a cosmic drama.
No, that's not personal. What is
Personal,
personal growth?
personal growth, name, fame,
Name, fame, then
business, studies, I know
business. Yes, good. Business,
everything,
education, qualification.
qualification,
Then,
status.
then,
That is the personal growth.
and then
Then the other one
spiritual
is
growth.
spiritual.
What happens in that?
In that we are going from here, we are living in darkness. In that we are going from darkness to light. In the personal, we are from light, we are going into darkness.
What's the difference?
The difference is the personal is all temporary.
Okay,
It's not permanent. Anything can
okay,
happen any moment.
okay. And spiritual.
Spiritual, spiritual growth is becoming one with the divine.
So, if the spiritual growth is more important or personal,
Spiritual is more important, Saji.
then why the whole world is not running after spiritual growth?
Saji, they are living in ignorance. They want money.
But
Main.
they think we are ignorant. They think that we
But
are bewakoof.
for us, for me, divine is the most. अगर प्रभु मिल गए तो और क्या चाहिए? घर तू मिला और चाहिए क्या? Your bhajan.
See, a lot of people think that personal growth is very important. Improving my body, improving my mind, improving my IQ, improving my wealth, my security, my health. There are lots of things that people want to improve. So,
But these are all temporary, Saji. Inside is permanent. Inside growth is, inner growth is permanent.
okay, प्रेमचंद जी बताइए, देखता हूँ कौन कौन थोड़ा who will crack this discussion. प्रेमचंद जी बताइए.
Shivoham Guru,
शिवोहम बताइए.
one is a part of Mayavi world covered by ignorance. It
Okay.
is it is the outward thing, and it is always related with surroundings, whether the persons or whether the property, whether the material. Whereas the second is the path of unite with divine. So we have to live the personal growth. We cannot go for both the things together. Either of two we shall have to live.
तो फर्क क्या है प्रेमचंद जी? What is the difference?
One is for this world and the other is for the our personal salvation.
Okay. So then the whole world is still seeking only for this world. Everybody wants only for this.
99.99% people are always busy in personal growth. Because in this world, the proper education has not been given earlier, just to 4,000, 5,000 years, that is a path also. Now it was completely left. Now it is being revived by the persons like you, slowly, that this path is better than the personal growth. But it will take its own time, years together.
Okay. I mean, everybody is coming. I don't know whether we have anything more to say, because what happens, I feel people want to be doctor, people want to be engineer, people want to be pilot, people want to
Yes.
be politician, people want to be director, people want to be millionaire, people want to be billionaire, people want to be.
But they don't want to be enlightened because they do not know because they do not know the importance of that word, that subject, that word. Until unless they are taught from the private induction level, that is kindergarten school level.
But if it's so easy to, if the difference is so obvious, then why can't people be sensible?
Something should be taught at the kindergarten level also.
Okay, it's the wrong orientation. You're saying it's the wrong orientation.
Without reading ABC, one cannot go for the XYZ.
Okay, good, Premchandji. Thank you. You are giving me deep thought. Samatma Krishna, Sukhi Bliko.
Shivoham.
Shivoham.
I love all the divine souls here. Really, personal growth is satisfying the mind and ego. We are looking for happiness outside, just climbing ladders and looking for just money, name, and fame. Whereas spiritual growth is when you realize you are nothing and you are just living like a divine instrument.
So, what is the key difference?
The difference is I am nothing, so I want nothing. I have no desires. But over there, I want each desire, and as each desire is fulfilled, I want to climb the next level. Here, in spiritual growth, when I'm nothing, I know I come with nothing, go with nothing, so nothing matters.
So, is this not boring?
No, because we have tasted this, so we don't want that. Others have not tasted this. So once you taste this Ananda, there is no going back to that, not even looking for that.
Okay, good, Samatma. Thank you. Krishna. Very beautifully said. So when you taste spiritual growth, then personal growth takes a backseat
Yes.
because you have tasted something completely different. Okay, Krishna.
So Krishnoham.
Krishnoham.
So the difference between personal growth and spiritual growth, I see many differences. The first is the personal growth is based on the first two P's of your three peaks of happiness. It could be pleasure and peace to an extent. But whereas spiritual growth starts with the last P after finding the purpose. And then personal growth is nourishing and satisfying your ME. But whereas spiritual growth is stilling and killing your mind and enlightening your ego, like transcending your ME. Then spiritual growth, as you have said, it is learn, earn, burn, and return. Whereas spiritual growth will finally, it is learn, earn, turn, and yearn for the divine. So we are,
Good.
one is full of suffering. The other thing, we are transcending our suffering. And another thing is, one is what you call, you have said that, what can I say? It is your, it is we are trying to be happy, but we are never happy. Whereas other one is taking you to that eternal happiness because we are breaking the cycle of birth and death. It's finally, but otherwise you have to come back to this world of suffering. Many more, sir. One is action based. The other one is it is being based. It is not action. The first personal growth is result oriented. The other one is we are giving up the results. So many differences. But of course, I think a spiritual person will also have a personal growth also automatically. There
Of
is no
course.
personal, actually, there is no personal spiritual like that for us.
I know, but no, there is personal growth, but it's a different person altogether.
Yeah.
The person in the personal growth and the person in the spiritual growth, that I is to change, that I is different, no?
Yes.
Good. Like you said, there are many differences. As you kept
Mm-hmm.
on listing, the personal growth is achievement, the spiritual growth is enlightenment, the personal growth is pleasure, the spiritual growth is purpose. So there are so many differences. But the challenge in the spiritual growth is because it's not so well known, not so easily. I mean, you can get personal coaches. You can get 100 people to coach you on marketing or on HR or on anything of finance. Then you'll get 1,000 teachers who can teach you.
Someone said, if you want to have a personal achievement, you need to be brilliant and you need to, for understanding rocket science. But most of the spiritual gurus who have enlightened the entire world, most of them are dropouts. So you don't require that kind of brilliance. You need another kind of intellect.
Okay, thank you, Krishna. Sukhi and Bliko, where are we heading today? So should we worry about personal growth or should we let go of personal growth? Well, that's where we are reaching. So Sukhi and Bliko, yes.
Shivoham, sir, I bow down to all the SIP in the call. So, personal growth is about the outer world. It's more with the competition, and it gives you temporary happiness. Whereas spiritual, knowing self-discovery, who am I, what am I, and it is more about nothing matters, which is giving you eternal bliss. It is about the inner world.
So good. So personal growth is only for you have a temporary pleasure that will not give you that eternal happiness. But since you have gone through both, Sukhi, what do you feel? Why are people so stuck up in personal growth?
Because half of the people are ignorant because they are not aware of this thing. In my this when I talk to people, they are not interested also. Some of them, they are interested sometimes, like when I'm telling them about our call and all. Sometimes they are interested, sometimes they come, but that kind of the in you should have that mumukshutva, which is not there at all. For some time, then they feel they are not happy at all.
So why they don't have passion for the spiritual world?
they feel it is boring, and they feel, we have to renounce and all. How much I try to explain them that we don't have to renounce, we have to happy, we do not have to get into desires. Desire, you should be in yoga, and it is, you have simplified it so well, but
Yeah, but they are
I'm
so
trying my
passionate.
best.
They are so passionate about the personal growth
Yeah,
that they are too busy in that pursuit, right? They can't leave
I
it.
think the outer world is so attractive for them, so they don't want to do self discovery at all. That's what
Okay, thank you, Sukhi. Bliko and Shiva. Shiva and Aham. Are we missing any point? Is there something bigger than all this? Are we missing any point?
Shivoham, love you all.
Yes, sir.
There are many things said already, but it is like a comparison. In my view, it is a comparison of north and south, because though both are the different directions. When you are in the illusion of Maya, you always be in counting your success as a material things. And whereas you in reality, if you are in reality, you see the no duality. So there is no comparison, no nothing to strive for temporary things, because whatever the achievement we are talking about is all temporary, as long as your body is there. And when you know that you are not the body, then this comparison falls apart, because you don't give any importance to that. And this is like many people said, like it's a ignorance, not the ignorance called avidya, it's a ghor avidya. So for that reason, people are, engraved in that spiritual, the personal growth, and they're counting as this all material things as a growth. Whereas we in this path of our group, we know what the importance of the enlightenment and the real pleasure, which is the bliss of your own thing. And there is no, there is a guarantee of no rebirth here. Whereas in that growth, whatever you achieve, you become prime minister or you become whatever, you are going to be, return back and repeat the cycle again and again and again. So in my view, this comparison is like a North Pole and South Pole. We
But
are in
the
this,
irony of the matter is that 99% of the people are
and
going towards the
correct,
person.
yeah, like you said, 99% are, 1% people are blind, but 99 people are spiritually blind. So what to say about that? Because that requires, your karma and guru and your mumukshutva, like so many said, mumukshutva is missing, because that mumukshutva comes only with the grace of God and, your karma, maybe, I don't know. And when you have that mumukshutva, you get guru in the form of sip, and you can, get enlightened and go into that path, and you really taste that bliss, which is beyond that pleasure and pain. So that is what my submission.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bliko. So it's a very interesting conversation we are having today, because the whole challenge is this. The personal growth we are trying to get is like, how can I say? It's like depositing money in somebody else's account. So you keep on depositing money in somebody else's account, and finally you realize it was not your account at all.
One.
Then you wake up and it's too late, because all the money has been deposited in somebody else's account. So we have forgotten our real account. Our real account is not our personal growth. Our real success is not achievement. Our real success is enlightenment. Our real success is the life, which is not the BME. Our real success is the soul. But we are so engrossed, we are so caught, we are so imprisoned. What do? We have no choice. Thank you, Briko Siva.
Guruji, as you
Shiva.
said, people do not wake up at all. Some people do not wake up at all from personal growth. They still go on and accumulating possession, this thing. They are still after success, even after 60, 70. Okay, we do need some money for our comfortable life. Okay, after that achievement, at least switch over from personal growth to spiritual growth, which gives you eternal happiness. And what is the purpose of life? The purpose of life, if I come to know what is my purpose of life, definitely I'll prefer to switch over to spiritual growth, where my ultimate goal is enlightenment, which is our birthright. Actually, it is our birthright. Of all of us have that. Enlightenment is our birthright. So when you have that birthright, the other next option is you have to set aside all other priorities. Otherwise, we cannot grow in this path. We can never reach the goal. We have to set aside all other priorities, and the priority, your only priority should be enlightenment. This is the only way we can reach the goal.
Yeah, but we are so busy in our personal growth, then where is the question of enlightenment?
Yeah,
Where is the
those who
question
do
of
not,
spiritual? Where is the question of spiritual growth?
those who do not switch over from achievement to this next peak, contentment and enlightenment, they have to switch over 3 peaks from achievement, contentment, and the final is the enlightenment. Somewhere you put a stop and then reach the next peak. Then only they can only achieve this goal. Otherwise, number of people are still, they are not awakened, they are not into spiritual path at all. Till the end, they are not in that. Even if I approach so many people, they are so strongly after their business, they just do not want to even hear that. The moment you talk about eternal happiness, they'll change the topic.
Thank you, Shiva. Siba. It's a very challenging subject. What we are talking today is not just the subject, but also how people are so caught in this. Yes, Siba.
Pranam Guruji and lots of gratitude, Guruji. Guruji, we have to worry about personal growth till we reach the state of achievement, Guruji.
Good.
Then Guruji comes the stage of fulfillment. वहाँ पर stop होना ही चाहिए, Guruji. And then after that it comes to the enlightenment. So this is only the purpose of human life, Guruji. So roti kapda makan की नीड खत्म होने के बाद गुरुजी you have to stop all these things. You don't have to go move further, Guruji. And secondly, Guruji, after certain time personal growth brings us to the mind state, Guruji. ऐसा ही जन्म खत्म होने वाला है. And secondly, Guruji, in spiritual growth, it takes us to the consciousness, the true purpose of our life, Guruji. And it happens only in the presence of pure Guru, Guruji.
Thank you, Siva. Very well said. I think we have just forgotten our purpose.
Yeah.
And because we have forgotten our purpose, what can we do? Life remains a circus. क्या कर सकते हैं?
Guruji,
So we are caught.
Guruji, मैं सामने देखती हूँ मेरे पापा at the age of 86 he is not ready to leave shop only, Guruji. So many times I tell him and he's telling, don't speak a word, don't tell me anything about that. He's not ready to leave that place only, Guruji.
So that's what, no, because personal growth creates a prison.
Yeah.
And right till the last moment, we are still, even an 80-year-old man, you're saying 86-year-old man, no, they cannot. For them, they are blind. They cannot see. They are blind and they don't understand okay, what is my life? What is the purpose of my life? मैं क्यों जिंदा हूं मैं? So this is the big challenge. It's a huge challenge. Thank you, Shiba. Aham sip.
Thank you.
Welcome, Guruji. I bow down to you and all the sips on this call. Personal growth is concerned with our materialistic growth achievements, which takes us to the first peak of happiness. And hello?
Yes, continue.
Okay. It does give us pleasure, but those are temporary. It makes us prisoner of 3 P's: people, possessions, and pleasures. But eventually, it doesn't give us happiness. We become more misery. We are caught up in agony and miseries. And we sink in bhoga. The more we are in personal growth, the more we sink in bhoga. Whereas in spiritual growth, it not only it is the real purpose of human being, which most of us don't know. Even I was unaware of this a few years back. And this spiritual growth liberates us from sufferings while living also. And after death, it liberates us from the cycle of death and rebirth. So this is
But
this
Ahimsip,
gives us,
what about somebody who wants to become more educated, not money, somebody who wants to get a better degrees and better learnings? What about them?
because it's a way ignorance. Nobody know. We have always been taught about that only. Now I joined this call after my retirement, so it's easier for me to accept all these things. Maybe if I had joined in 30s or 35s, it might not have been that easy for me to accept all these things.
So, but we
Because
have many youngsters.
we
We
are
have many
conditioned
youngsters
like
on the
that.
call who want to find purpose. There are
Yes,
many
they
youngsters in 20s and 30s on the call.
yes, no, those who get a chance to come in contact with the Guru to know the truth because of their good prarabdha karmas and their agami karmas, but not everyone is blessed with that.
Okay. Thank you, Ahimsip. Ashwin.
Many ignore.
Yes, Ashwin. And Maithili.
Well, it's funny actually because I asked you a question a few weeks ago, a few Zoom calls ago, about forgiveness. And the thing is, personal forgiveness is external. You're trying to show somebody forgiveness. The way you talked about forgiveness, spiritual ones are more internal. It's internal, the way you described it the other day. So that was one thing that struck me. The second thing you struck me was when just now you said there are tools for personal growth. The tools are, you can have lectures, you can have a coach and all that. I think the tools for spiritual growth is totally different. These are because the world of spiritualism is inner growth, whereas personal growth is relating to external world. As somebody talked about achievements, ambitions, and things like that. So I can only talk about from my personal experience of what are the differences. There I was trying to keep up with the Joneses, so I had to do better than somebody else in my personal environment. Here, I'm equal to everybody else in where they are standing, but somewhere ahead of me, they are, when they start talking about various elements of spiritual activities of theirs, or explain, when they answer some of the questions that you raise. So basically, I think although these two journeys are different, that one is driven by ego-driven, the extra spiritual personal growth, whereas spiritual growth is driven by ego enlightenment, as you mentioned quite a
Beautiful.
lot.
Beautiful. You've said it in one line. The personal growth is all about growing the ego. I. The personal growth is taking the I up, and the spiritual growth is taking the I down. Because when you take the I down and down and down and down and down, then you go right on the top. But unfortunately, we are trying to go up, 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 up. And finally, by going up, we will completely crash down. We don't realize that by climbing up and up and up and up, we are crashing down.
That's exactly where my life was all about. I had to be ahead of everybody. But
You're running a rat race, and in the end, if you win the race, you're still a rat.
Exactly. But this one, it really brings the inner essence. You're looking at from inner essence, and you're trying to improve.
And Ashwin, in a personal growth, you are not looking at life realistically. That what about your end? What happens at the end? You don't even want to think about it. You're not interested in thinking. But in the spiritual life, you are thinking much beyond. You're thinking, what happens to me What happens when this body is no more? Where will I go? Who am I? What am I doing? Why am I doing? It's asking so many important questions.
Yeah, and actually, the essence of looking at the bank balance or investments or anything has disappeared altogether. It's not important.
The man, the man, who is not in that spiritual growth, even at 95 years old, he's looking at the balance sheet. He doesn't know tomorrow morning he'll be there or not, but he's worrying about his bank account. It makes no relevance.
Exactly. So I think that was my 2 pennies worth,
No,
or
no,
two
thank
rupees
you.
worth.
It was a lot. It was much more than 2 pennies. Maitri, thank you, Maitri. And
Shivoham
Rajkumar.
Guruji.
Yes, Siraj. Yes.
Shivoham Guruji.
Shiva.
What I have learned from my life is, uh, when you start the spirituality comes in your life, when you understand the factor that everything around you is false, everything is maya, whatever you can see, whatever you can touch, the people around you, the relations, everything is maya, and the only eternal energy that has given you life, that is truth. The day
Wow.
you realize it, you just dip in the ocean of spirituality. And once you take a dip, like one of my friends said, once you take the first dip, you will never, I mean, you will go on swimming, and inside, and you will never come out of that ocean, Guruji.
Beautiful. Very, very, very well said. So yes, Maitri, but until you taste that spiritual bliss, then you are still. So today in Instagram, I spoke on something. I said people are playing with marbles. People are
Yes,
playing with marbles because they've never played with rubies.
exactly,
And people
Guruji.
who are playing with rubies are playing with rubies because they've never played with diamonds.
Yes, yes,
So we are so. I was at a resort and people were busy having fun playing table tennis. I saw watching them enjoying table tennis. Good, they're all enjoying. But as if table tennis was the best happiness in their life.
exactly.
So this is where we are. Thank you,
Yes,
Siraj.
thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
Wow.
Sure. Siraj.
Om, sir.
Sure.
Uh, Actually, everybody well said about comparison. Maybe we can make a maybe 30, 40, 50 points. Now, but if you see the reality, very few people are inclined to spiritual journey.
Right.
And if you see the birth to death cycle, maybe somebody, a child get a birth, he is in the family and he learns what is taught to him and taught by parents or what they have seen. So, in my opinion, both growths are must necessary. But initial part, until unless you taste the world, you will not have value of spiritual journey. Spiritual, maybe you will not value that, and you will not have that kind of maybe thoughts or hunger. But now the people are caught. They have maybe sufficient, maybe I can say money or position or whatever we said, but they go into lust and greed. So they totally mess up their cycle. Maybe they are so much involved in day-to-day things. They don't have time to think on this side. That is one. Second thing, maybe somebody said the education system. If you see the very lower class, uneducated, maybe better than educated, which are maybe in the lust or in the greed. But even if you see today's everywhere outside on television, whatever you see competition, everybody want to have some kind of car, some kind of maybe luxury thing. So everybody is trying to compete. That is one of the big problem. And if you see all the, sorry to say, I also go to the temple because everybody goes to the temple for asking something. Maybe something should happen to me, something should happen to my kid. But it's very difficult to go to a spiritual journey where you don't think about your kids because everybody is having their own karma. You cannot change anybody's karma. So it is little bit not easy for people to understand and get this side until unless they maybe sometimes they fail in the life. They try to find out something, or maybe some lucky guys like this team who has a good past karma. I can say it is past karma only, because then you get this kind of maybe thoughts. You can get this kind of maybe youngster also. They will have I'm sure they will have good karma in past. Otherwise, it is maybe very difficult. I can say next to impossible for people to think and start the journey. These are my something which I thought I should.
No, so that's only one important thing I want to tell you. See what you're saying. Now, we are talking today difference between personal growth and spiritual growth. We're talking about the difference.
Yes.
Tell me, a person who's galloping for personal growth, like you were galloping for personal growth once upon a time, correct?
Yes, yes.
How do you switch?
See, I was not going on this side basically. Okay, I was going spiritual journey. I was doing even
When
today.
did you start? When did you start your spiritual journey?
Maybe see, I am coming from the Brahmin. Maybe
That's okay.
family.
Spiritual, not religious. When did you really start looking for spirituality?
So I started maybe I can say young age, going to Gurdwara, studying, reading, maybe doing good job, helping the people. So I started, but I was not knowing the moksha and all these things basically.
When you came to know about those things?
Maybe by joining this, I could able to solve the puzzle. How to get this real path basically. Otherwise, see, you know many things, but you don't know how to do this, how to reach.
And I can ask you a question. Why were you not for pursuing this spiritual growth?
See, I can say there are many belief system, old belief system, which are taught by our parents. I don't complain about them, but they were also not knowing, and they taught or whatever we learned from the society.
Why? Because they wanted your personal growth.
They were not knowing also there is this kind of spiritual growth is there, so there was no path basically. And I can say fear of God. Okay, going to temple.
Yeah. All these things, Siraj, are taking us in the other direction.
Yes.
Because we are trying, even that God you're talking about is personal growth.
Yes.
Sorry to say that God is not spiritual growth.
Right.
That God is, I should be better with God. God should bless me. I should earn more. God should give me more, better this. God should give better this. Still personal.
I agree with you, yes.
So that's why when you are in that direction, then you are not able to look at this direction. That's all I'm trying to say before I move on. Thank you. Yogini, can you take it up slightly? Yogini, and then Mohan Puja. Shivoham.
Sir, personal growth caught in the material world, we go through a lot of man mithya dukkha. And when we really switch on to the enlightenment path, we find Shanti, Anand, and Pyar.
So tell me, what is the difference?
Difference is when we are in this dukkha, it's like that dog sitting on that nail, crying over, but doesn't want to leave that.
Good.
Unless the guru comes and lifts him and shows him the other path, he will not know.
I was busy from 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was busy going Finland, Greenland, New Zealand, motherland, this land. Then my guru told me one day, Pagal, what are you doing, you mad fellow? Where are you going? What are you doing?
Yes.
So the problem is, I think many of us we are lost.
Really lost.
In the personal growth, we are trying to look more better, beautiful, look more healthy, trying to be more educated, trying to be more wealthy. But for what? Ultimately, for what?
That's what, sir. We need a good guide, a good guru who can always guide us and show us the right path.
My dear Yogini, it's not that there's no guru, na. You should want to go on the spiritual path, then you will find guru, na. If you don't go on the spiritual path, all the millions and billions of people, they're not going on the path, how they will find guru? Because we have a wrong understanding. We have a wrong understanding about the meaning of life. We don't know the meaning of life. That's why we don't want to come on a call like this. We think it's not important. We think we are more important with pleasures, possessions, people. We are caught. We are completely caught, and then we are trapped. We are running to make our life better. I want to make a better house, better car, better children must have better this and better this and better this. For what? For what?
Nothing.
Mohan Puja.
At the end,
Mohan Puja. Huh?
At the end, it is nothing, no, sir.
So this is what we are trying to understand today. We are trying to understand, even some people in this call, still we are not clear that before the whistle will blow and it's time to go, we have to give this everything. We have to put our entire effort on this, but we are not able to do it. This is the problem. Okay, thank you. Mohan Pujar and Satish.
Yeah, great evening, sir.
Yes, Mohan.
Yeah, yesterday I asked you one question. Can we have, more than one guru, in today's Kali Yuga? But, I personally feel that, having more than one guru in today's world is like getting lost, in the wilderness. We are truly blessed, to have you as a guru who is willing to, handhold us and take us, forward. So that way, we are really grateful to you, sir. And thank you very much, for taking us forward, by sharing, your views, your experiences and whatnot. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
Right,
Mohan.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. But see, we have to choose the right guru, because if we choose the wrong guru, it's like a wrong GPS. And if you
Yes.
have a wrong GPS, then you're gone. Then if you think you have a right guru, but you have a wrong guru, then you will reach nowhere. Thank you,
I think,
Satish.
sir, to get a right guru, I think, we have to be first and foremost to be a right shishya. Then only it is possible, to get, right kind of a guru.
Yeah,
It
correct.
is.
What you say is correct, but we have to be in consciousness. So thank you, Satish and Sachin finished, right? Satish and Rekha.
Thank you, sir. I seek all your apologies. I take a different perspective. I think, personally, both personal growth and spiritual growth, they're not very distinct. They're very harmonious. The reason I'm saying is that if I look at all the members in this group, many senior members, many mothers, and all of them are personally successful people. It's not like, we have CEOs in this group, senior executives, they've all been, had that personal success, because personal success is not just accumulating some achievements. It's about developing that discipline, wisdom, and that kind of prepares us for a spiritual inquiry, because spiritual inquiry is much more deeper than this personal success. So when our fundamental needs are
Satish,
met and we can come into Zoom call with a
Satish,
nice house and all that.
Satish, can I ask you a question? What is the fundamental difference between personal growth and spiritual growth? What is the fundamental difference?
The fundamental difference is that, because we are born in this material world, right?
What's the fundamental difference?
Fundamental difference is I'd say it's a complementary. At least we take your example, sir, because we learn from you. You reached a business pinnacle, like you achieved the pinnacle in that success in the business world. And then the deeper question came to you, is that life is all about? And that led to your Gurudev.
If I had continued on my personal growth, where would I be?
No, sir. Actually, life is a circle. They think like they can keep on going to personal growth. It's because, as you know, sir, the karma will come back and all that. And
So,
we will
Satish,
hit that.
Satish, since we don't have time, I have to conclude. But all I want to tell you to contemplate on, you can always come back.
Please.
You cannot have personal growth and spiritual growth at the same time. Nobody is saying that personal growth is bad, but you need to climb just like from school to college. Whatever personal growth you've got to tie a knot and you've got to move on.
Yes,
So
sir. You are right.
please contemplate, and then if there's something, otherwise, because we have to close. Thank you, Rekha and Minier. Let's move a little faster. Rekha, Minier, Rajanand, and Sundar and Pix for 5 questions before we go to Shivoham and Sachin.
Shivoham AiR.
Yes.
In personal growth, we live as body, mind, and ego and die as a bogey. And in spiritual growth, we realize our true purpose and who we are, and ultimately we get moved from this body, mind, and ego suffering, and we realize our true self, and then we are in eternal bliss. We become a yogi, which is
Yes.
really
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Rekha. What you say is correct. So I'm moving on. Minier and Rajanand.
Shivoham, sir. Personal growth is about becoming your best self in the world, while spiritual growth is about discovering your true self beyond the world. Personal growth often prepares the ground for spiritual growth, and spiritual growth deepens and transforms the personal growth by reorienting us towards truth and surrender. And you are the best example or epitome of both the personal and spiritual growth.
Can we pursue both at the same time?
Pardon?
Can we pursue personal growth and spiritual growth at the same time?
It is possible if we are inclined towards both. If we are moving in a personal journey, and if you have a spiritual growth also parallelly, you can do better things in the personal world, in the world as well. So spiritual growth will help us in moving ahead in the worldly matters in a detachment mode, and that way you would be successful as well. That's what I believe.
So Minier, when we are talking of spiritual growth,
yeah,
we are talking of our grandmother's growth.
No, our
Then
own growth.
Then how is it different from the personal and personal spiritual?
Personal is the self what we are as a Renuka or as a mini AiR. If mini AiR is living in the body of Renuka, then if she is utilizing the learning from the spiritual growth and moving in the worldly matter, it helps her out in a way to both personal as well as spiritual growth.
Okay. The challenge is to realize this. The moment we are trying to promote the personal growth, and the personal growth is of the false person, as in Renuka, then we are going away from the spiritual growth, which is mini AiR. Therefore, one is going North Pole, one is going South Pole. It is not that we have to throw away our personal achievements and our qualifications, education, achievement, wealth. No, we don't have to throw it away, but we have to transcend. We cannot be developing, because as I told you, your spiritual growth is also personal. But if we are looking at the personal growth, then we are actually diluting the real spiritual growth, which is our true growth, our true self.
So, in certain situation, we are not ready for the spiritual growth, but you are going parallelly. That helps you growing in both the fields. I feel that way because everyone can't just leave the things aside for the renounce the world and do that. But living in the worldly place, you have to keep a balance of both. Therefore, and move ahead. Definitely, the end goal would be the purpose of who am I and the purpose of attaining the moksha or enlightenment. Definitely.
Very good. For the benefit of everybody, therefore, what is the
all the youth are here in the call, so because they can't just leave their family life and profession that way, they have to earn, they have to live their livelihood. So spiritual growth will help them in the worldly matters, in the professional side also, in a pretty good manner, how to work without losing the peace. So I have grown in this area definitely by coming into the spiritual
life, and it has learnt me. I have learnt a lot from
Good.
that.
So this is exactly the paradox which we will close a little after we finish everybody's questions. But we will quickly finish with Rajanand, Sundargiri, and Pix. Then we have Shivoham and Sachit quickly, and then we'll conclude. Yes. Good. We have got some paradox situations. Rajanand, boliye.
As body, mind, and ego, as a person, it is growth is all worldly, material, ritualistic also. Influence of because under the influence of avidya, maya, mostly associated with suffering, pain. Although sometimes some temporary happiness or pleasure is there, that too ultimately leads to dukkha, because we don't know the real purpose of life. We remain always away. While growing personally, we remain always away from SIP. So what I want to say that in that personal growth, one has to limit it to the basics, and it has to be controlled, giving a prioritized path to the spiritual growth, because spiritual growth is the basic. It is the moving towards our or a moment to our ultimate to the ultimate reality, the underlying reality, moving towards true nature, the self, the Satchit Anand, and which leads us to the real happiness, eternal bliss, and ultimate peace. Unfortunately, it is largely unknown. So, और इस अवस्था में we are always with the ship. So मजे ही मजे हैं सर इसमें.
Thank you. Well said. Well said. You've said something which again I will cover. Sundar, quickly. Sundar and Pix, quickly, please.
Shivam, sir.
Sure. Tell me, Sundar.
The division between personal growth and spiritual growth itself is wrong. That's what I understand, sir. Because there is no personal growth and spiritual growth as such, but there is the real growth. So we should be more focused in our real growth. So what we have to understand is what is our real growth. That's why we have to be focused.
Very good.
So
very good.
Division itself is wrong, I think.
Very good. Very well said. Yeah. Very well said. Okay, so that I'm going to take your point and explain the point. Very well said. I like what you said. Picks quickly before it's 8:55.
Shivam Guruji, according to me, personal growth will give only you money, wealth, and success. You got pleasure and peace in that, but it will also give you pain and misery, both. But in spiritual growth, you will get enlightenment. You got purpose of your life, internal bliss, and Satchit Anand, which is the real and ultimate purpose of human life.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, Pix. Well said. Well, Shivoham and Sachin. Quick closure by Shivoham and Sachin. Thank you, Pix.
Shivam Sarji. Sarji, in short, it's a war between the mind and the consciousness.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. Yes, Sachin. Yes, Shivoham, continue. You said, I thought she thought you finished quickly, complete.
No, Sarji, in the mind, we want, and we want. In consciousness, we are actually, if we are nothing. Tu hi tu. Mere dil mein bas ek tu hi tu.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Sachin.
Guruji, I would like to add, in the spiritual growth, it's all about inward, upward, forward, and Godward. And it is man minus self, rather man minus ego is God. That's what you realize. But on the other side of the personal growth, we are only running behind materialistic things, as everybody has said that.
Thank you, Sachin. Let's conclude a beautiful session. I didn't know that it's going to have so much meaning. But very well said. Even Sundargiri said something very nice. What Sundargiri said in his brief thing. What is this personal growth and spiritual growth? Basically, it is the real growth. And many people are thinking that both can happen side by side. You can't have both happening side by side. What is personal growth? What are we trying to grow personally? If you see, personal growth means body, mind, ego. And the moment you're trying to grow body, mind, ego, You're failing to pay attention to your real self. You're failing to pay attention to the Atma. You're failing to realize who you truly are. My dear friends, very interesting that many of us are insecure. Many of us are insecure. What are we feeling? We are thinking we have to first take care of our life. We have to first take care of our house. We have to take care of our children. बच्चों की शादी करनी है. Grandchildren. We have got so many duties. This is the problem. And before you realize it, the whistle blows. Somebody goes. And then you come back. What is today's discussion all about? Today's discussion is the difference between personal growth and spiritual growth. So spiritual growth is personal growth. That's why I like what Sundar said and what Pick said also, and what Rajanand said, and everybody. I mean, the last few people. As long as you are in a state of the body, mind, ego, the BME, if you're going to constantly, even if it means better education, better qualification, for what? You become an astronaut, you become a scientist, you become a engineer, you become a doctor, you become, for what? What is the ultimate purpose? Then everybody will be back to becoming qualified and becoming intelligent and becoming rich. Of course, we must take care of our personal needs. We must take care of our basic fulfillment. Nobody is saying you should be a beggar on the street. I never encourage that. Many of the religions encourage that you must take one matka and you must go and say, Bhiksham Devam, Bhiksham, Bhiksham, Bhiksham. Do we talk about Bhiksham in this call? Do we talk about people doing Bhiksham? No. We say be independent. Be independent and take care of your need. Have your feet on the street. Take care of your basics. But don't be lost. Because if you are completely lost in the personal growth, there's difference between personal fulfillment and personal growth. You need personal fulfillment. I never tell anybody to be dependent on anybody. Any youngster comes, I say you must take care of your personal needs. But what if you're running like a horse? What if you keep on running like a horse? Where are you going to reach? I was running like a horse. I was running like a horse for 25 years. After 25 years, for 6, 7 years, I was like a madman, just living, enjoying peace. There was no purpose. My dear friends, spiritual growth means as a person, in your personal growth, evolve from achievement to fulfillment to enlightenment. Evolve from pleasure to peace to purpose. And don't consider that this means that you should be begging and you should be on the street. No. Do your basic duties to take care of your basic needs, and your future should not be weak. But if you are thinking that I want to grow and personally grow and grow and grow, then you're going away from the spiritual side. And like we just said, the spiritual growth is not of your grandmother or grandfather. This is your spiritual growth. Some people, they are constantly trying to get more degrees. Okay, I need to get this degree. I need to get this. Some people want to get awards. Some people want to grow and grow and grow as a human, as a person. We have not discovered who am I. Who are you? You are SIP. You want personal growth? You want to be more than SIP? You are God. Is there any bigger growth? You want to be bigger than God? Why don't you realize that you need to get to your real growth? You need to realize your real self. Ultimately, whoever we are, whatever we are, can any one person deny that we will leave everything behind? every penny, every person. We will leave every penny, we will leave every person. We will even leave this body. Before we leave the body, let us realize the importance of spiritual growth. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. The biggest growth is to realize Neti, Neti, Tattvamasi. When you realize that you have grown to the highest pinnacle, highest peak of life. With folded hands, I bow down to you.